Hello to everybody here who is subscribed to this channel. This is good old Luke here. I just wanted to pretty much make this quick update video, pretty much recapping everything of what happened this year. Talk about why there hasn't been a YouTube poop or either a Y2P Christmas collab announced this year. Explaining the videos that has been released for this year, what is going to be happening moving forward. And pretty much bring up some stuff that I haven't even listed in the intro or on the list here. So for the entirety of 2025, you may have noticed that my output of the YouTube poofs have pretty much not been existent in the entire year. In fact, I haven't actually made a full-blown YouTube poop for years, and even with the ones that have been uploaded are just videos that have been made in 2024. And the videos I have created is pretty much a Guptail parody, a reaction video about Tamagotchi Live Living the Dream, and two full-blown reviews, with one of them actually being a full-on 1 hour and 24-minute review, and the other is a short 10-minute review. Now, what is my reason for pretty much pivoting away from YouTube poops for the entirety of 2025? Well, I just wanted to make new types of content and get a little bit weird with it. And that's what I pretty much did for the entire year, even though there has been a big gap of no videos coming out around that time. And there was actually planned for more videos though, but I pretty much just gone lazy for the entire year. Although the second reason, which I forgot to mention, is that I just wanted to find my own footing with the new audience, which is pretty much people from the Mii community and a couple of PlayStation fans who absolutely love the Astrobot. Cause you see, the people who are new to the channel who don't actually know who I used to make back in the day, I actually was part of the Splatoon Gmod community who made pretty much Splatoon Gmod made content, which still to this day is the most viewed videos on the channel, and the reason why you see my channel have 13k subs. It was actually a really great time for a while it lasted, but even then, success can only get you this far. And to be fair, that's what I always wanted to be. I mean, I always still do wanted to make silly, goofy old videos, but I still do wanted to become an artist that pretty much made a work that I'm very proud of. I'm not trying to say I don't want to become an artist anymore. I mean, I still want to. But then here's the thing about the content that I was making back in the day. It was pretty much unsustainable and wouldn't last for very long. And plus, it's pretty much feel more like a fad that you're trying to make a quick video for before it gets stale, more or less. But what's even worse than that is that you're pretty much being a part of the community and making videos where pretty much mostly kids are watching it. Well, more or less teenagers than kids under 13. Now, I'm not saying that making videos for literal teenagers is not actually a horrible idea. In fact, if you're actually responsible enough, I think it wouldn't be wrong to make videos for a certain age group. The problem for me here is that at the time that I made those videos, I was just a naive, goofy little teenager that just wanted to make funny videos no matter what. And so that's just why the videos were made as it is. But then it's when the time when I finally turned into an adult is that when I decided to start pivoting away from that community. More or less, it's due to the fact that even though I like the content that I made back in the day and it has grown so much bigger than I expected, I feel like I'm just making a bunch of videos for a childlike group instead of making videos for a group of people my age. Doesn't help the fact that certain people in the community pretty much did some horrible stuff to teenagers. So around 2018 to 2021, I pretty much pivoted so much of my content to YouTube poops. The Gmod content that was pretty much a part of the channel, in which I actually was constantly making even then, started to pretty much though not become a thing. So around the mid of 2021, I just stopped making that type of content altogether. And then in the beginning of 2022, I was thinking that it's pretty much a perfect time to start rebranding the channel into something that made for people like me and not made for people that pretty much under the age of 13 or shouldn't be on the internet to begin with. And so around July of 2022, I finally made an announcement video that I rebranded the channel into something that feels more like me. And you know what? Thank you so much for everybody who actually was very supportive of this change. It actually warms my heart to see so many people very supportive of this change. It gave me a sigh of relief that I could pretty much make whatever I want, and specific people will absolutely come and watch it and leave a comment and pretty much give engagement to the video. In fact, leaving a comment on the video actually lets me know that you absolutely watched the video and enjoyed it. But after the rebranding, the problems started to arise, and I really hit a brick wall into what I wanted to make. Cause each YouTube poop that I made is made for like a specific collaboration project or just a simple fun edit. And pretty much the big projects I've done on the channel is just big YouTube poop collab projects. And most of them are just Christmas classics on copyrighted materials like Frosty the Snowman. And then years later, you guessed it, started to get blocked on YouTube because of copyrighted materials. And sadly though, I don't think I can even re-upload those collab projects without them being blocked, or either then like going through some hoops. So I unfortunately had to like upload it onto different websites, including Internet Archive. Sorry to all the people who were hoping to see these videos again up on YouTube, but these unfortunately will have to be the only way to see the collabs again. Although speaking of YouTube collabs, the Elf collab unfortunately is no longer going to be an actual thing that is happening. I understand that it's hard to think about, but I really haven't actually heard from AvidDVD or hear any updates on him, but I'm feeling like that app pretty much abandoned the project as well. So I'm pretty much am gonna say that yeah, the collab is cancelled. Although if Abbott still wanted to do the collab, I'm thinking that he's gonna make a separate video on his own announcing it and making a separate Discord server for it. Alright, now that the news on the Elf collab is out of the way, let's just talk about some other stuff about the channel. Making YouTube poops and being part of this YouTube poop community was really fun for a long time. In fact, making YouTube poops actually lasted a lot longer than I actually expected it. But even after all that, I started to somehow get what an artist usually called an art block, where ideas for like YouTube poops and jokes for those videos would absolutely come up, but then after that, I would just not go through with it. And then it pretty much gets worse though, cause like for months, I barely even start like making any types of videos, and when I finally do make a video, it just is only a few minutes long. Just only around like 2 to 3. Or even worse, 1. In fact, for the entirety of 2024, I have barely ever tried to make any new types of YouTube poofs for that year. And so, by the end of 2024, I was thinking, you know, I kinda don't have any great ideas for YouTube poops or any types of collab ideas that I want to do. And so, I decided, you know what? Why don't I just like make new types of videos for the entirety of 2025 and just take a break from YouTube poofs for that entire year. And so that's what I did. A full-on Guptail parody on the top 10 hottest memes, a full-on reaction video on a new announcement of Living a Dream, and 2 reviews on video games. One which is a full hour and a half on 3 video games, and another one which is just a 13-minute review on Astrobot. In fact, I feel like though I actually made really good videos for this year. So much different from the YouTube poops and much more interesting and unique than any other video that I ever done. Unfortunately, all 4 of those videos are not doing so well. I mean, aside from like the Guptail parody, but like, yeah, most of them are barely breaking 1,000. But even then, I actually did a lot more live streams for this year. I did a full-blown like reaction live stream on random videos, Trios of Horror YouTube poop collabs, a Nintendo Direct, the Game Awards, and I ended it off with a full-blown marathon on CGR Undertow. The problem for me is that I'm kinda not very consistent at making content as fast as I could. It's pretty much though it's a toss-up between actually having a video ready though, and then 7 months later, I finally made a video. Unfortunately, it's pretty short, around like 1 minute long, and it's pretty much a meme or a reaction. And what's worse, with all the effort, I barely get rewarded at all with the people watching it. It sucks though, cause it took like a month to get that video finished. I mean, like, it took like a really long time to get all the footage I need, and then like a month to edit. So it was pretty much around like 5 to 6 months of video making to get that thing done. Cause basically absolutely loved all those games. Well, Lego Horizon though is just okay. It's alright. I mean, I don't love it though, but like, it's pretty much got too much hate when it launched. Lego Horizon Adventures was actually the last game that I ever recorded on the system, and pretty much the first part that was actually edited in total. Sackboy Big Adventures was the last segment to be edited, and pretty much the Ratchet & Clank segment was secondly edited. Unfortunately, I did not really finish Lego Horizon Adventures, cause like, I pretty much wanted to get that segment done very quickly before moving on to the other two. Cause I absolutely love Sackboy and Rift Apart. But unfortunately, despite all of that though, I've barely seen anybody here talk about both Sackboy and Rift Apart, even before and after Astrobot release. I'm not saying though that I hate Astrobot. I mean, it's absolutely very good. I pretty much seen no love go to the other two games as well. They were pretty much released around the early years of the PS5. Maybe that was the reason why those games doesn't get talked about even after the release of Astrobot. So I pretty much made it my mission to actually go ahead and start making a full-blown video on both Sackboy and Rift Apart, including Lego Horizon Adventures. I mean, the game pretty much released around the same year as Astrobot, and it's released on Steam and PS5 and the Nintendo Switch. Plus, I don't think there would be any other way to talk about this game without talking about the other two games that released way before Lego Horizon or Astrobot. Okay, I think I'm going off topic. I need to get back to the point of the video. So, what's actually the plan for me in 2026? Well, to be honest, I actually don't know, but I do have a few ideas of what I want to make. First of all, YouTube poops. I'm gonna be trying to go back into making them, but it won't be as plentiful like it did years ago. In fact, I don't think I'm gonna be able to be making a lot of videos like it did back in the day years ago. But to be honest, I'm just gonna go with my own flow in content making. I'll just be making the videos when I want to make them, and the videos are gonna be done when they're done. Depends on if the videos can be taken months to make or just in a few days. I got a couple ideas of reviews I want to make. I want to make a review on Puppeteer and another one on the Ape Escape PlayStation Move game. I actually have bought them both digitally on the PlayStation storefront for PS3. I haven't actually played the games yet, but I will when I finally be able to set up my capture card to record them on the console. The next video ideas I want to do is pretty much a couple of collaboration projects with a couple of friends and a few people in the YouTube community. But what kind of video ideas do you want to make for a collaboration? Well, have you ever heard about the group called Super Origami Kingdom? Or at least Super Origami Universe? It's like a group of people on YouTube that make reviews and rants on media, games, and other types of content. I want to try to do that type of content on this channel. I want to try to do one video with my YouTube friends, and then later on this year when I feel like I'm ready to collaborate with other people, I'll announce a video later on to get people to join in and see if they want to be a part of it. Now that that's out of the way, what about YouTube Poop collab projects? Well, I actually do have good news. I'm going to be announcing a YouTube Poop collab around February this year. Unfortunately, it's not a Christmas collab. That's going to be announced later around September or October that year. But I promise I will do a Christmas collab for this year. It's just, I just want to get this one out of the way first for this year around February, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be awesome. Anyways, I think that's actually it for the update video. I kind of do apologize for being a little rambly and all over the place, but it's been a long time since I ever tried doing a video like this. But before we actually end the update video, I want to give a few shoutouts to a bunch of YouTube friends and a couple of collaborators for this channel. AB on DVD, who pretty much was a collaborator for Elf Bowling, Legend of the Crystal Spear. That's Eritor with a Bow, which pretty much is the biggest fan of this channel. I'm not too sure though. I'm just saying shit. Let me shout out Sapapor as well. The Toon Loon, King of Heroes 187, Firefrog 101. Please check out his To Meet YouTube poop. It's really good. Yes, I'm biased because I requested that, but I don't even care. Just please watch it. Crash Fan, who made the thumbnail from the Mission Philly review. Oldie and Silly Doodles, Maniac, Emmy Arcade, who made this lovely art. Official PSAS database, and for the last two, Richanda and Lay, the one who made the thumbnail for the Tamagotchi Life Living a Dream video and the PlayStation platformer video. But most of all, I want to thank you for watching this update video through the very end. Anyways, I'll see you all next time. Hope you have a great 2026. Bye.